The years really flew by as we flew through the clouds, and that awesome intro caught us up to speed, telling us it was time to leap into the space-time continuum once more. Quantum Leap followed the life and adventures of Dr. Sam Beckett, who jumps into other people's lives in order to try and change history for the better, correcting what he discovers were historical mistakes. And each episode was unique, featuring a mix of drama, humor, and of course science fiction. And it's no shocker this show was beloved for 5 seasons, and still has quite the cult following to this day. I'm Nostalgic Nick with Do You Remember, and today we're traveling through time once more to check out the cast of Quantum Leap. Fresh off creating Magnum PI, Donald Bellisario really hit this one out of the park. And we already made a JAG video if you want to check out that Bellisario gem. But today we're talking about a show way ahead of its time. Quite literally. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you stay up to date with history. Alright, time to make the leap. Scott Bakula.
I'll put the coffee on, Tom.
Oh boy.
Dr. Sam Beckett is a quantum physicist whose idol is Albert Einstein. Well, that explains a lot. And Sam would get into his time-traveling white getup, get mistaken for Boss Hogg for a split sec, and boom, steam and wind blasted Sam to another time and another person's skin, trying to do good for humanity. And Scott really was perfect for this role, a good detective but making us laugh along the way.
Oy vey, I'm the rabbi.
Bakula left Kansas University in 1976 to tour with a production of Godspell. His parents hoped it would get the phase out of his system, but when the tour was canceled and school started up, Scott followed his heart to New York City. He was a struggling actor for many years, before making his Broadway debut playing baseball legend Joe DiMaggio in 1983's Marilyn, An American Fable. He met his wife in one of these off-Broadway shows, and Scott married Krista Newman in 1981. The couple moved west to LA where Bakula booked his very first TV show, Gung Ho. Then it was a 5-episode arc on designing women, which brought him to one final pre-quantum try, the lawyer sitcom Eisenhower and Lutz, which ran in 1988. Now it was time for Dr. Sam Beckett. He was the first actor cast, and read with the auditioning finalists, telling Bellisario that he felt a strong connection with Dean Stockwell, and volleyed for him to get the role. Bakula was at home in this role, and even ad-libbed the line, "Oh boy," at the start of the first episode. It became a signature line whenever Sam found himself in a new body. But after Leap was cancelled, producers Bakula and Stockwell all expressed interest in a reboot series, or a theatrical film continuation, but it never came. The 2000s brought a sci-fi announcement of a possible spin-off film, but that didn't get past the excitement either. In 1995, Bakula starred in the bizarrely cool film Lord of Illusions as an intense private eye. Then he returned to TV, first as Peter Hunt in a 13-episode arc on Murphy Brown. Then he was cast opposite Maria Bello in Mr. and Mrs. Smith, which for some reason didn't get a second season. I mean, they paved the way for Brad Pitt and Angelina to shine. In 1999, he was part of the Best Picture winner, The Amazing American Beauty. But in 2001, it was time for his next true television voyage, starring as Captain Jonathan Archer in Star Trek Enterprise.
You have no idea how much I'm restraining myself from knocking you on your ass.
Next, once again teaming with Bellisario's brilliant mind, Scott championed NCIS New Orleans, which recently wrapped up its 7th and final season. Today, Scott is 67 years old. He lives in LA, but also has a farm in upstate New York. He and his first wife divorced in 1995 after having 2 kids. And in 2009, he married actress Chelsea Field. And Field even acted with Bakula on NCIS as Rita. And since both their schedules are free now, I'm sure they're enjoying time with their 2 children as well. Deborah Pratt.
Ziggy!
Yes, Doctor.
Give me what I want, baby.
Ooh, if you weren't my father.
Ziggy is the self-aware AI hybrid computer that runs Project Quantum Leap. Built by Sam Beckett, Ziggy is voiced by the same actress who narrates the intro. Pratt stepped into Hollywood in 1973, appearing on The Dean Martin Show. Her first recurring gig was several episodes of Days of Our Lives in 1984. That same year, she had a season 1 arc on the show Airwolf, created by, of course, Donald Bellisario. But now she no longer had to act. You see, in 1984, when Pratt was on both Airwolf and Magnum PI, she married said creator Bellisario. The couple had 2 children before divorcing in 1991. Deborah had a notable role in the Tom Berenger-led film Last Rites in 1988, which was also the acting debut of her daughter Troyan Bellisario. She was just 3 years old, and that was just the beginning. Troyan became the lead, Spencer Hastings, in the wildly popular young adult show Pretty Little Liars. Today, Deborah Pratt is 70 years old, no longer acts but has since published 2 books, and dabbles in writing, producing, and directing. She most recently directed an episode of the hit show Grey's Anatomy in 2020, and is currently in the process of directing a project titled Mirkwood. Dennis Wolfberg.
Yeah, what's happening, Gushy?
He's leaping! Ziggy said no, but Sam's leaping!
Gucci is the project's head programmer. He spent his time battling a nervous breakdown, but almost never left the control room. Wolfberg began acting in 1982 in the horror film The Clairvoyant. But he wasn't really an actor, you see he was a stand-up comedian by trade. He frequented shows like The Merv Griffin Show, The Pat Sajak Show, and even The Tonight Show. He starred in his own half-hour comedy special on HBO in 1992, and in 1990 he won an American Comedy Award as the best male stand-up. Dennis headlined at comedy clubs across the country, as well as working in Las Vegas and Atlantic City on a regular. Sadly, Dennis Wolfberg died of melanoma in October of 1994. He was just 48. He worked right up until his death, even in the middle of negotiating a deal for his own TV show. Candy Ann Brown. Dr. Verbena Beeks is the project's psychiatrist, an important role, although she's only seen in 2 episodes throughout the series' run. Brown is mostly a talented choreographer and stage actress, best known for originating the role of June in the Bob Fosse-directed Broadway musical Chicago. She was also part of the original cast of the Broadway productions of Pippin and A Chorus Line, some notable screen acting, an episode of What's Happening in 1979, and she played Albert Brooks' secretary in the 1985 film Lost in America. Today, Brown is 63 and currently filming a documentary called Broadway: The Next Generation. W.K. Stratton. Larry Stanton is a familiar fellow that Sam leaps into. He's a lawyer who defends Abigail Fuller on trial for murder. Stratton began acting in the 70s and was a regular on the 1976 show Black Sheep Squadron, which also starred Dirk Blocker, Hoss from Bonanza's son. And this Ba Ba Black Sheep show was really well received. Then it was 3 episodes of The Rockford Files and 3 episodes of Magnum PI to bring him to the 80s. After Quantum Leap, he played a detective on Bellisario's next show, Tequila and Bonetti, as he continued to follow the TV show Goliath to JAG for 16 episodes over the years. But that would do it for the actor. But he's not finished in Hollywood. Recently, Stratton has been working in the sound department for the highly acclaimed Mayor of Easttown and Fear the Walking Dead. Today, he is 71 years old, and it's pretty cool he's still working on some top quality programs. Dean Stockwell. We're certainly saving the best for last. Al is a US Navy Rear Admiral and Sam's best friend. He grew up in an orphanage and was later active in the civil rights movement. And now he's a wise womanizer, but he was crucial to Quantum Leap. Al's favorite cigar was the idea of Stockwell's, saying it was, quote, a good way to get free cigars for 5 years. Al appears to Sam in time leaps as a hologram, giving him the banter he needs to grasp the memories and situations he has traveled to.
This is not making any sense at all. What doesn't make any sense at all? To whom are you talking?
And this show's success really rested on the chemistry between Stockwell and Bakula, and it was solid. Dean began acting in 1945 as a child actor under MGM, and he didn't start off in small productions. He acted with Frank Sinatra and Gene Kelly in Anchors Away. 1947 brought Song of the Thin Man and Gregory Peck's Gentleman's Agreement. Then in 1948, Stockwell was the boy with the green hair. These are all notable roles in some big-budget 40s flicks, so if you've seen one, please let me know in the comments. And we could go on and on about Dean's adolescent acting career, which was incredible. The Secret Garden in 1949 bled right into 1950s Errol Flynn-led Kim. Seriously, what a career. Stockwell used the 50s to grow up a bit, still acting, but his next prominent role was in 1959, co-starring with Orson Welles in Compulsion. Now he was in his early 20s, and many people thought Dean was Oscar-worthy in this performance. You'll also remember his once again remarkable acting role alongside Katharine Hepburn in 1962's Long Day's Journey into Night. And now he's finally ready to give television a try. 4 episodes of Wagon Train, and 1965 brought 6 episodes of Dr. Kildare. Some other notable roles of Countless, 1984's Dune, and Paris, Texas. Then 1986's David Lynch masterpiece Blue Velvet. And finally, in 1988, he received his first and only nomination for an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor in the film Married to the Mob. Following his Quantum Leap success, he booked some more TV shows like Jag from 2002 to 2004 and Battlestar Galactica for 15 episodes. Throughout his life, he also took hiatuses for many different career paths, including real estate, and joined Hollywood's Topanga Canyon hippie culture after becoming disillusioned with the world of entertainment. I mean, that's what 7 decades will do to ya. Despite these dropouts, Stockwell never hurt his resume. This actor truly is one of the best. His final role was in the 2015 film Entertainment, as he retired after that. And sadly, after suffering a stroke, Dean Stockwell died of natural causes in November of 2021. He was 85 years old. Thanks for the memories, Dean. Quantum Leap will go down as one of the most creative and enjoyable shows of the 90s, and it's no surprise it ranked number 19 on TV Guide's top cult shows ever. So let's discuss. What was your favorite time-traveling adventure that Sam went on? Did you ever watch the show Quantum Leap was inspired by? The 60s showed The Time Tunnel. And since we just lost the incredible Dean Stockwell, please share some movies you've seen of his, ones that I need to check out. Drop me a comment and let's toast a phenomenal actor. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe. And from every one of us at Do You Remember, we want to thank you for watching.